Hello and welcome to another video. Now it may seem that I sound funny because I am sick, and I'm sorry for that. I can't help it when winter comes and I get sick. And my iPod is dying, so I'm just going to use my little portable charger here to keep it charged while recording video. Put it in backwards. Okay, so this is a first generation iPod Nano and a 7th generation iPod Nano comparison video. As you can tell, the first generation, of course, is on the left, and the newer 7th generation is on the right. And I bet you can tell, the major differences. First off, the first generation, of course, was the first Nano to have a click wheel, and it has a very small display. I think it's a 1.5 inches, maybe it's smaller, and the iPod Nano 7th generation has a 2.5-inch display diagonal, so it has a much bigger display. And the other difference you can tell right now is the height, and that the first generation is I'd say about 2 to 3 centimeters taller. Not by much, but you can definitely notice it while looking at them. Also, turn this off real quick. Display on the top. Actually, on the top of the iPods, you can tell the newer generation just has a sleep-wake button, and on the top of the first generation it has a hold button, which of course right now is not active. On the side of the Nanos, on the right side there's nothing, but you can tell just ever so slightly that the 7th generation Nano looks a lot slimmer than the first generation Nano. And if I remember correctly, this 5th generation iPod Touch is as thin as the iPod Nano first generation. So they're both as thin as a number 2 pencil. On the bottom, you will also see another difference. The headphone jack for the 7th generation has moved to the left, and the dock has gotten smaller for the new Lightning connector, and the first generation still has the 30-bit dock connector, 30-pin dock connector on the bottom, on the left side. And you can also tell that the bottom is a little more square rounded rather than just being rounded. Not sure if you know what that means, but it's kind of like boxy, but it's got the rounded edge. Alright, and the last side, the harder side of all. You can tell the thinness, but this newer generation has the volume rocker plus the play pause, next and previous button in the middle. And that is pretty much it for, and the back. I mean, not the back, but the front also. On the front of the new Nano, it has a home button, and it's got, like I said, a bigger display. And on the front of the first generation, it's got the click wheel with the menu, pause, play, back, forward, and the previous buttons. So it uses the function of the click wheel to work. So we put on lock. And on the back, you can also tell the thing on the right, the iPod Nano first generation was made of stainless steel plastic, and the other one, the iPod Nano 7th generation, is made of sandblasted aluminum. It's actually not bad. It feels actually really nice in the hands. It makes it feel nice and slick, and it feels like it's actually light, and it's like valuable. Some of the differences actually in the hardware in both iPods is, of course, this uses a click wheel to activate the menus. So let me get rid of the brightness real quick so that you can see what's going on. Okay. So yes, it uses the function of the click wheel. And the difference is the menus, you gotta keep clicking to get to where you want, and you gotta scroll. It provides music, photos, calendars, contacts, notes, stopwatch, a screen lock, which was also pretty cool, and the games, which has got 4 games like Brick, Music, Quiz, Parachute, and Solitaire. And It's even got a backlight, but that's because it's got an LCD as display. It's got a sleep, and that's pretty much it. I don't get why you would put photos on here, because it says a tiny display. But it, they had that feature. It doesn't have video playback. It does not have Bluetooth. Some features that I feel that's important for an iPod Nano to have. Everyone keeps saying they want Wi-Fi, they want games, they want to have the internet, the App Store, and I believe that that is a bad idea because you have an iPod Touch for that. iPod Nano is basically a simplified MP3 player that has a little extras like maybe pictures and video playback, and Bluetooth I can find being with every Nano onwards, because Bluetooth is not just a separate iPod. It shouldn't just be a one iPod thing. But I don't think it needs the Wi-Fi or apps. Maybe some apps, like some simple ones like contacts or calendars, but nothing like games or Spotify. Also, the newer one has the clock just like the first one. It doesn't have contacts or calendars, but it does have video playback. It even has radio. And I'd say it does have the photos just like the first generation, but it's got a better use of it because of the bigger display, and it's got a Nike Plus button, so it's for fitness. People who want to keep running and keep track if they're running in walking strides. And pretty much that's it for the Nano, the newer one. I feel it's got the Bluetooth, but I feel it's a very simple MP3 player. It's not supposed to be complicated. It's why they have different types of iPods. One's for people who want it for just music and videos, and one who just wants it for the other stuff, which is what the iPod Touch is for. So thank you for watching. This first generation iPod Nano I got it actually maybe 3-4 weeks ago from a friend. I've always wanted one. I had one, a 2GB white generation model, but it got stolen in my junior year of high school, sadly. It was in really good shape. I plan to restore this one sometime in the later future to get a new backplate. As you can tell, it's got small scratches, but it's everywhere, so you can tell by that. And that I'm recording on the iPod Touch right now. And it's getting new faceplate. As you can tell, like you can see the small scratches, the smallest, and look at that in the middle of the click wheel. It's got that thing in the middle. But this is why I have a new Nano. It's not scratched up at all right now. Actually, it's actually in great condition. But I hope to do more videos like this. And yeah. And thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.